Gentlemen in the mix.
There's bears out here.
Price gonna dip.
Hello? Hey, traders. Welcome to the live stream where we're in Crypto Power Hour, where it's less than an hour to go until the daily candle close. You're looking at the daily right now. After a significant past couple days, coming back to earth a little bit, attempting a back test of it looks like the high from September 27th and October 4th. Not sure how well it's going to hold. My God, dude, those mega cap stocks after hours got wrecked, as you saw if you watched the live stream or the static video. Got to get used to saying that word. Yeah, Amazon down 20%. That was really, I mean, Meta, Facebook, right? That was like kind of yesterday, but it was after hours, so no one bought really today after the dump. So you just got to wonder, hey, if you got, I mean, Apple's kind of surviving after hours. They're down a little bit, but it's kind of been like, it's one of those situations where it's not going to be a massive gap down tomorrow morning, like Amazon, like Facebook. So that might be like the silver lining here, but it just doesn't, none of it really looks good. Kind of expected, we all kind of expected like not so great earnings and the way everything's going and lower prices, but not everything's collapsing like you think it would. Like Bitcoin, look where Bitcoin's at. I mean, Bitcoin yesterday hit its highest level since mid-September and is above its key inflection point from 2017. I think that's incredible for now, but just doesn't mean too much yet. But hey, wherever Bitcoin sells off to and pivots above 19,000, you'll be making another higher low somehow, and that could be setting the stage for more upside. But just really hard to imagine a world where Bitcoin has a miraculous rally while tech stocks are doing what Amazon and Facebook did, right? Like crazy bad. Well, guidance bad. Yeah, well, I mean, let's look at Ethereum real quick. It's down 3.4%. Where you broke a supply line. That's great. This is still a valid idea until you take out the highs from 1790, 1800. So it was a great run, and it's still very much okay. I mean, as long as I think Ethereum, if it comes back to 1420 and holds it as support, that could be tremendous for more upside. But I think that needs to happen. Anytime you break a very key inflection point, it's not a joke. Like 1420 is not just like, oh, it's just some random area. No, it was the 2018 cycle top to the dollar, right? You see it. You just broke through it without any confirmation. Let's get some confirmation first. And if you're going to continue your ascent here after the past, couple days, let's get a formal back test and then continue up versus just running straight up to 1728 here. It's very possible. You're in between two levels, 1420 and 1730. But until you break 1790, 1800, you're in a very well-established midterm and long-term downtrend just because you went up. I mean, even if you went up, the 200-day moving average, you can barely tell, is right at, exactly at that supply line that goes back to, your initial touch points, all three of them. First one in November of last year. So, down today. Not really that surprising after such a crazy day yesterday. This is normal. This is pretty normal behavior for crypto, right? You're going up 5, 6, 8% yesterday. Well, the next day, normally you're down 3 to 5%, right? And this 3.5% here. So 1511. Cool. BNB down 1.5%, 1.6% really. Look at that. Officially, it wasn't yesterday, but it is today. The first formal test of the 200 simple moving average since January of this year. So very, very long time since you touched it, and immediately, like pretty much to the cent, tested it and pulled back, right? You hit a high today of 293.60. That's the 200 moving average, and now you're at 285.70. You're still, right? I get it, man. It could change tomorrow, but as of today, you're still not making higher highs than the high from October 5th and September 11th. Still lower high. It's very subtle. And again, tomorrow you just engulf and take out both of them, and all is well. You take out even the high from August 23rd. But today, what it looks like is you're going to be making another lower high with a candle close confirmation. So that's still not great. Shouldn't you be breaking these levels now if it's really amazing? If this is all real life, we'd be breaking 298 like it was nothing and be running to 330, 350. It's not happening yet, Bitcoin near its lows of the day, working on a 4-hour bearish engulfing candle, 46 minutes to go until that's closed. All right, so BNB and then XRP that was hanging in there fine, but we knew wherever Bitcoin goes, probably where XRP is going to go. Still just kind of range bound, stuck sideways after the big run up. So the buyers have been defending the lows, but there definitely hasn't been enough demand to push this price to rival the highs, 50 cents, 53, 54 cents. No way, not yet. How could you on such a bad day like today? Good news is, like, if Bitcoin's down 2.5% and XRP is only down 1.86%, and Ethereum's down like 3.4%, outperforming on the selling, not selling off as bad. So I'm just kind of on this one. I could imagine seeing an M shape 886. The 886 would be the healthiest entry, right? Like 35 cents or something. Give me another higher low and a formal, reset and a short-term uptrend. Give me that. That'd be the healthiest long. But up here, it's a little bit riskier because of the move up, and now you're just stalling, going sideways. But it doesn't mean it can't keep going. Just how could it keep going with Bitcoin? Really, I mean, Bitcoin was doing okay today, and then earnings came out, the market closed, stock market closed, and Bitcoin doesn't. I mean, the market participants do not like it. I mean, you have selling pressure coming in during power hour, which almost, I mean, dude, I'm doing this every day. You very seldom like dumping in the last 60 minutes of the day. Just from what's been, it's the dynamic of the markets, just been like that. So it's happening right now. Close of the day incoming. We'll get back to Bitcoin as soon as that happens. That's your XRP, outperforming in the selling, still elevated. Cardano down almost 4%. Again, man, like, yeah, you reacted at 1414, but you're still very much bearish. The market participants were unable to really breach this 40-cent level, the low from May. And you're already starting to roll over.
Hey Mitchie, Papa Powell making us rich with these stocks. Can you take a look at ASIC token? Thanks.
ASIC token, yeah. What? You didn't want to see Post Malone's Dogecoin coin? Oh my god, man. Are you okay? Why don't you want to see that today, man? I think everyone in the chat would be a little concerned too. Well, look, thanks, man, for the support of the channel. So as you can see, you're just right at this April 2018 peak. It goes down to 36 cents, the candle high close on the weekly. So to me, it's just like you made your lowest low of the entire downtrend that's been going on longer than any other crypto downtrend by months, by like a quarter. And now you've rallied off of Bitcoin reacting, and you're just making lower highs. And this will remain very, very bearish until you capture highs above 52 cents, 58 cents, even 61 cents. So I don't really, it reacted, and that's just not good enough at all. Still very bearish. Ugh. And now we get a Doge because that's the next one. It was up so much more. Oh my God, what happened? Dude, this was happening in Bitcoin right now. And this thing got as high as 8.5 cents. It was much higher when I did my static video today on this, among others. But look at the level. It's such a real, undeniable level. Why, man? Look at the candle high close. February 2021. That's why it was plotted. It's been there forever. Okay. Look, you can see support, and then you broke it and you saw the price action. Look, resistance. Pretty much resistance there. But now again, resistance. The 200-day simple moving average is also a resistance. You cannot break that yet. And you may never break it. But maybe it's turning into a double bottom. But my problem is just the trend is just so overwhelmingly bearish, man. But yeah, nice up 6.19% right now. But it was up way higher. It was up how many more percentage points? It was up, my God, another 10% from where it is right now. So 16% at its highs, and saw its highest level since August 17th, multi-month highs. That's your Doge, man. Just reiterating from the static video. Doge and then Sol. Maybe Sol was first. I really do think that Sol is going to...
Dogecoin transforms into ASIC. I'm not kidding. It can be used to mine Pulse Bitcoin. Seriously, you should look into it.
What?
Is that a joint?
Thank you. Kush Blunts for the 420. The 2420. Is that an even more significant joint? Right? Contribution 2420 instead of 420? Yeah, it is. It is a more significant joint. Thank you. So again, you had a nice pump yesterday, but until you start breaching previous discernible highs on the daily, only bearish. But yeah, man, you're gonna get pumps and dumps and all that stuff in between. Looks like you'll probably close below that low from June 29th. And I still think this is a very valid potential bullish harmonic. Takes time, man, to get there. Most of the time it takes time to get there. Sometimes it does stupid stuff and goes straight to those levels. Like Bitcoin and during the COVID crash. Hit an 886 very fast from 3150 to its $16,000, $14,000 highs to the 3850 low at the 886 during the COVID crash. Before then, V-shaping. Anyway, so that's like your cryptos, really, man. I mean, not too much else going on. To keep it, why not knock it out real quick while we can? Oh, let's look at total, of course. It's doing something. Remember what it was trying to do yesterday? It was trying to break.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
Oh my god, my stream deck, I fixed it up. Boom. There it is. The resistance that you were testing. You can't break it, man. So far, being rejected. Working on a 4-hour bearish engulfing candle. But going looks like to back test the old resistances as support from September and October. Earlier this month. But yeah, anytime you're topping out here, I'm always concerned because I can see the price action after rejecting that level. It almost always goes straight back down to the next 840 billion. So maybe concerning there, right? I'm just pointing it out. You did not break out. In fact, you have failed for now. That's it. Come on, man. Thought we were going to do things. Thought we were going to break it. What is this, like head and shoulder, knees and toes or some crap going on? You do that. Wow, we're in a lot of trouble. Hope not. And yeah, I mean, like, I'll just switch it over to the index funds now. We'll go to the S&P 500. Oh, so nice. Well, remember yesterday it was like, hey, that's like a shooting star. That's like a, shooting star, almost gravestone doji stuff. And now you've got the follow through. You have a confirmed shooting star now. Bearish and golden candle too. So that is, you'd think if it's real, those two candles would represent lower prices next. I would imagine. You'd see some lower prices to maybe tomorrow just because of the earnings were so bad today. But that's what you got. I'm here every day, so we're looking at the candles every day, and this was not a good one for what we got yesterday. Dow Jones, it also was showing some sort of, it didn't matter. It was like, hey, and a reversal can't just now it's another one. Now it's another shooting star. Potential. This is definitely a potential reversal candle, but energy, man, it's like the energy stocks just keep pumping. So Dow Jones keeps running. And so it hit its highest level since September 12th. So multi-month highs and getting closer and closer to that 200-day moving average, 32,654. You can see the overbought territory. You're inching closer to it. That's about it so far. It's the dragon. Dragon hitting one target of the two, 618786. Very nice, but up 0.61%, I would think, because energy. Oh, I think Kramer tried to call top on energy again, and it didn't work out. And then, did he really quit? People were saying that he is stepping down from Mad Money. Or is that real, or is that just a joke? Because he was crying today, literally crying on TV. Over a stock. I get it, man. Hey, man, if your parent dies, your grandma passes away, and you're emotional, okay, I get it. But dang, man, to just, I don't know. I think the internet finally got him today. Yeah, he cried over Meta, Facebook. I mean, how you crying over a cause and effect situation? F around, find out. That was Zuckerberg. We're going to FOMO into the top of the crypto bubble. Literally. Oh, man, people are buying $1 million rock pictures and someone's buying a $10 million yacht in the metaverse. This is it. This is our next big play. We're Facebook. I'm Mark Zuckerberg, a human, not robot. Trust me. No one knows if he's stepping down because there was a tweet about it, but I saw it in the journal chat. I just couldn't confirm it. So does anyone out there know? I'm genuinely asking y'all, you know. He believes in Meta. NASDAQ, here you go. Pretty nasty. Down 1.63% and closing below 10,823. That's bad. That's it's real bad. You can imagine there's a big weighing on, you know, Amazon weighs heavily on this. So you'd imagine tomorrow how bad it's going to be. This is going to gap down. You might be heading down to 10,500 again, but you're seeing this massive divergence between energy and everything else just about. If you look at like the 11 sectors, energy is the only one doing what it's doing. Everything else is doing like the NASDAQ. Look at all that triple bullish divergence. Manifesting, oh boy, you gotta be kidding me, man. It's just about Class C hidden bearish divergence beginning to develop now. So fast. No way. Let's see what happens tomorrow. But it was a very real, undeniable bearish engulfing candle today. Breaking supports. Never really what you're looking for. Not what you want, man. Okay, so I guess he didn't step down, because if he did step down, many of y'all will be saying, "Oh yeah, dude, it is confirmed. He stepped down from Bad Money. It's done." So I doubt it. So I guess that was just a genuine troll. Nice job, whoever you were in the world. All right, really bad on the NASDAQ. That's as bad as it gets. Russell 2000 also going to be wrecked tomorrow because Amazon weighs heavily on this one too. Obviously, it's not as bad as NASDAQ, but it will not be good tomorrow. And that shooting star, I mean, kind of another shooting star, almost like an evening star now developed. But again, you got to get the next day's candle for the, you got to get follow through on the next day's candle to get a confirmation. So yesterday I had no confirmation, so it's kind of like not really valid, but today could be just another one. It's another potential reversal Japanese candle. Certainly has not hit the 618 or the 786 like the Dow Jones. It's on 618 because energy, but probably going to fill this gap. I mean, you're going to fill the gap more. You might gap down through it though. So this one's kind of like, okay, it's better than NASDAQ. You're safe above 1717. For real. Long-term downtrend. Very much so. We're just working on a little rally here. I don't know how the rally can sustain with mega cap companies just getting obliterated, down 20% after hours and stuff. Yeah, to share a start. Yeah, but you got to be careful with earnings coming up next week. You got to be really careful. Very, very careful. Of course, it's still valid. It didn't stop out or anything. It's just, where's the selling? I mean, you need some macro down days to get PayPal going, and it hasn't been going. I mean, you've been reversing, confirming bottoms on these index funds. That's just not gonna work for most things you're trying to short. Yeah, if you don't know, PayPal subtly put the $2,500 deduction for misinformation. Yeah, that's it's there. I don't even know how where's the outrage? Why is it not like, are people not freaking out about it like they were on that Saturday when the news broke initially, right? Misinformation just means whatever is against the status quo, whatever the narrative is of the establishment that controls all sources of mainstream media. That's what they really mean. Yeah, you be real careful. I mean, you'd imagine PayPal short it to zero, but what happens? Oh, it's gonna pull Shopify, right, and shoot up 17% in a day. Something like that. Just dumb. All right, so there are your index funds. Okay. Just for a moment, I know I did the static video on them, but let's just look at it. Here's Meta again. It closed at a global 786, meaning like your lowest lows ever to your highest highs ever. 78% retrace, closed right at it. 886 is lower. Oh, way lower. So I mean, God, it's like $60. So you're a long way off from it, but that again, the highest volume you've seen since 2013. I mean, you're talking that, and that much of a gap down. That's a clear breakaway gap characteristic on both of the breakdowns. It's crazy, man. So bad. Also, like Netgear was down and got wrecked. It's pretty cool how the channel though has been so well respected, where you test it, the supply line, and you roll over and you just hit your lowest levels since July today. And it wasn't even earnings. Maybe it was. Yeah, I guess it was. They reported yesterday. But you could see kind of like, 1780 is a pretty strong support going back from 2012, 2013. You tested it formally here in June, but looks like you're going to be testing that again. God, the Chinese stocks are just ruined, man. Look at this. It's so ugly. Like 981. It's just like this high from 2019. You thinking all these Chinese stocks are going way lower. $4 on NIO. What's up, Jack Browns? Man, thanks, dude. Yeah, I'll tell you, dude. Say what you want about Hex people. The Hex people have been supporting this channel more than anybody in the past month. It's crazy. Thanks, dude. That's Hedron, which is Hex related. And you got Kush Blunts constantly tipping. I mean, that's, they're not all like Moon Boys, cult members, right? Thanks y'all. So this one's down 7.68%, down another 1.2% after hours. It's ugly, man. When's this earnings? Coming up, earnings, like who even cares? November 8th. So you got probably gonna dump into that. Wow. IQ, another Chinese scam, pretty much. Got way lower to go. And here's your Amazon if you want to see it. It's really tough to see. It rallied a lot off its lows. It rallied 8% off of its lows. It was down 20%. It's only down 12% now. But the level that is most important is about $102. You were certainly below that. And if all this stayed the same, you'd be opening tomorrow at your lowest level since April of 2020. Yeah, there you go, man. Oh, here's Momo that really been holding on. I can't believe it. Another Chinese joke. I think it's just a matter of time before it collapses and loses half its value again.
Gentlemen.
Got Intel, which is up after hours. It had earnings, right? Report earnings had a huge beat, and it's sitting at 27.69. So it was down 3.45% at close, and then after hours it's up 5.41%. So it's up, a couple percent, dude. Dang, Ross, let's go, man. Are you kidding me? Wow.
Ross tipped $200. Thanks, Mitch. Good to see you just hopped in today.
Yeah, dude. Really appreciate it. And if you want more, I did a static video for the first time in I think like 2 years. The last time I did a static video was with Scott Carney and Paula T. Webb. So pretty significant if you care about like the history of this community. It's like, dang, man, that happened. So check that out if you want more content or whatever, just charts and looking at some notable stuff that happened today. Thank you, man, for the $200 freaking contribution right there. That's massive, man. Wow. No words. Have the chat for freaking Ross. Uncapital R Ross. That's his signature. Thanks, dude. You didn't want to request though? You don't look at anything? Okay. Yeah. So all right, let's go to Asic first. Well, no. Hold on. I was just looking at some of these assets, right? I mean, look at this is like Spotify or Joe Rogan stock. Very bad. I mean, you know what happened today? Something happened today that's never happened before. Really? Let me see. It's very, very close. It is. Okay, so Spotify chat, lowest daily candle close ever. Now, not the lowest low ever, but the lowest, like where traders settled up, it was the lowest ever. Never closed at $81.75. So that's significant. Down 3% plus, and after hours, even down more, 0.89%. And there's nothing looking left. It's just nothing out there, man. It's nasty, super nasty. So, you know, the trend is your friend and it's continuing downward. Just looking at a random financial. Look at this, man. Okay. It was beautiful at first. It all played out and then time went by and then it broke another key level recently. 2015, 2017, 2018. Okay. When you broke it, look at you got a formal bearish back test early October. You've sold off, made your lowest low of the bear trend. You're rallying, making two lower highs really locally than the previous high. And guess what? A big old bearish engulfing candle today. You understand the downside potential. I mean, a target long-term is going to be like 102 to 112, right? You can see all the chop, the major lows, right? So it's just so ugly. And what else is going to be down there? You know, from the COVID crash low to high, probably an 886. Close enough to it, low to high. There's your 786, your 886. That's it, man. 106-ish, right in between the two. That's perfect. Confluence right there, man. That's like your best area. We waited out till then. God. That was a smart rant. Oh my God, dude, smart rant. What a loser. Way lower to go in time. Anyway, let's just go to Asic real quick. Oh no, why do I keep talking about requests? Sorry, commodities, real fast. Let's go to gold. That we knew something might be up with golds. Okay, gold's breaking that supply line. Back testing it today. All right, we understand there could be an edge. There could be a short-term bottom in for now. But at the same time, very cautious and really bearish because you're below a key inflection point. You can't trust it yet. But if you start getting above 1682, understand it could be an X, A, B, C, C to D wave, like a larger wave going where it's like a dragon. Like you could look at this almost like this is the head of the dragon, August 11th. The foot, the hump, the second foot, and the spine, right? You've got maybe a dragon going on. But I mean, if the index funds start collapsing, this thing's going to collapse too, most likely. But very interesting there. More interesting, though, on silver, that is showing some accumulation argument. Unlike gold's not showing an accumulation argument at all. Silver kind of is now. And an edge, so it's holding up pretty well. You got to wonder if this is going to sustain or not. Very bearish trend. Very bearish trend. But still, but like one that's better. I mean, the metals, not gold really, but copper. Remember the Gartley spring back test, confirmation low, the divergence, the engulfing candle now hanging in there pretty well. We'll see how it performs. It's an M shape. It didn't move yesterday, so. Another one that's pretty interesting is platinum. Look at the higher lows coming in now, breaking the 200-day simple moving average for the first time since June. You know, very much in a downtrend. We could plot a channel, I'm sure. If you want me to, I can't. Look at that. It's so far away from. Yeah, there you have it, right? That's your downtrend on platinum, but still pretty interesting here. Highest price since June. Did I say that already? Bullish engulfing candle. above the 200-day moving average. All's pretty well here on platinum. You got to wonder, is the bottom in, or is it just going to roll over? Interesting. No bearish edge right now, so let's go to oil real quick. U.S. oil still hanging in there pretty well, putting in a higher low, getting back above $87. Very nice. Okay, I got this harmonic here. I'm gonna take it off for now. Such a small pattern, right? It's not like this. It's colossal sized. So you gotta wonder, I mean, this is your first higher low you've put in. First higher low U.S. oil's put in, I guess, since May. You tell me, when's the last time on the daily you can see a higher low? It's been many months, but it's here now. It's confirmed, really. So if you're pivoting here, so this could be in store for a big rally, or somewhat of a rally. It's just a new thing. It's breaching what's been going on for so long. I don't know what's up with my lights, man. The app's not working. So good day back above support, and that is all. Natural gas. It didn't have a good day today, right? It pumped and it just gapped down, and that's just not what you want to see. Yeah, there really is. Very clear, concise MACD histogram, bullish divergence. But man, just volatile and gave back most of the gains today. It's just, ugh. Closed at like 20 bucks and now you're 18.91. You're down a little bit more after hours. And that could continue. You're really, we don't know. Is this holding? I don't know. I mean, it did react. But so far, that was, I mean, today kind of was telling like that. No one's holding on to any gains on natural gas. Gas, and then you've got my God, some of these commodities. This is hey, value. Like, it's notable today. Scanning through the commodities, a lot of them are getting wrecked. Cotton dead. Oops, sorry, wrong. Clicked. I misclicked. You got to keep your eye on the on your watch list. You must click. Keep your eye on it. If you don't do that, you might misclick. It's like throwing a football or catching a football, right? So cotton futures making its lowest level since December of 2020. It's over, dude. It's over for cotton. Cotton heading to 65 bucks. Once you broke $92, there's no argument. There's nothing even to talk about. Just forget about it. Just let it dump. Let it do a full reset from the COVID crash low to high. You got a lot lower to go. You're doing it, man. A big old M shape. Okay. Got it. Nice dead cat bounce. Hog futures REKT. This is what we makes sense because it's part of the trend. The trend is your friend, and you're all only identifying massive. I mean, this is aggressive distribution. Any pop fades to a lower low and then a lower high, and now it's like
Could
1,
we
2,
check
3,
FCX?
and the gap down.
Thanks.
And another lower high. What's
What
up,
do
Nero,
you
dude?
make of the Gartleon Ucoil basing from December 21st? Keep it up, sir.
What's up, UAB? We'll look. Thank you, man, for the 15. And then Nero, thank you, dude. Kappa, it's the Kappa. What's up, Jeffrey? Yeah, dude. So I would think on lean hog futures, you got a $77 to $79 target area. It's inflection from 2013 and 2010, and it was wow. Yeah, that's the big one, man. Goodness gracious, look at this. 2000, 2004, 7, 8, you name it, just about almost. Look at this, 1997, and I think it's about as far as it goes back in terms of like, I don't think you ever, yeah, okay. So lean hogs, man, heading on down to $77 probably, and that's fine. This is performing beautifully, right? It was a cycle reversal. Love it, man. Another commodity that's cooked is coffee futures, continuing to get wrecked. Fresh lows fresh lowest low since August 2021, heading on down to 172. Smell it a rat, and the rat came out of the hole or whatever on the dump finally. It's just like, knew it, man. Can't just have a buying climax and then fail thrice to recapture those highs or even retest them and then fall below a key inflection point. We knew it's straight up and down. That's it, just about. So, and what if you break 172? Good night, coffee futures. Full reset probably coming anyway. Cycle's probably done on coffee. So you're talking like a low to the high. 886 is like 108. Way down here. You haven't even hit a 50% retrace yet. You know that's coming. So again, moral of the session is commodities getting wrecked, but one stands alone today. Holy crap. Live cattle futures. The stake chart hit the pattern completion zone of the crab. Officially, Jesus chimes. And maybe some hype in the chat. Can't really see it. It's almost like the D point covers up the, you see it right there. Gotta wonder what's gonna happen. Is this exhaustive gap, decent volume, and just barely gapped it? You know the gap's gonna fill. It will fill. It's just, will this continue, man? I mean, there isn't much formal resistance. It really isn't. All you got is the 1618. So it's like there's a high at 164 and 171, but you better, I mean, if you're going to a steak restaurant, you are FOMOing in to the price of live cattle futures or of steak, right? You're FOMOing in if you go to Ruth's Chris. So it could be a weird flex, you know. Probably better to get pork chop than maybe getting a, you know, a steak, a ribeye or something like that, you know. So this one killing it. Orange juice still very elevated. Hit that 1414 and it's just been unable to break 202.75. But there's not really any, I mean, yeah, okay, there's that formal resistance from 2011. You're still below that. You've reacted very well, and there's bearish divergence. Still bearishly engulfed today too. So there is, it's tough, man. This is definitely where it could roll over because we know this is a butterfly, and its threshold is between a 1272 and a 1618. This was the 1414, which is one of the 3 fib nodes, and that's fine. 1414s happen, and you reverse there. So pay attention to it. This thing's been unstoppable for so long. Gone parabolic, legged up. Oh my God, I got sirens going on outside. City living. Hang tight. Hold on, I'm gonna mute my mic for a sec. So speaking of completed harmonics, and on the subject of commodities, food commodities, how about rice futures killing it, man? Let's go. Fresh lowest lows since, I'd say like July 8th. But this is what we're talking about, man. A beautifully identified and painted bearish shark pattern with a type 2 return with bearish divergence on the type 2, and very good performance on the new wave down below the 200-day moving average. You fell below it yesterday for the first time. Remember, first time since November of last year, so almost an entire year. So that's something changing. And formal support, like I would, yeah, I mean, like $16. High from 2009, 12, 13. You know, that's all over there. You see it. So, and then a support in 08. That's probably where you're headed. So not too much further downside before maybe you react or something, but this is how cycles can end. You see this, right? We had, in this summer, we had identified US oil. And look, we didn't know, dude. We don't know if these are gonna perform well or they're gonna usher in cycle reversals, but it certainly did on US oil, and it might do it on rice futures. So, you know, you got corn, Corn future, upsloping flag with bearish divergence. I'd imagine this is going to roll over. It doesn't look good. It just doesn't. This is exhaustion, you know. Buyers aren't even getting an opportunity to buy on a low after an extended little rally here. And again, it's just the exhaustion, man. Yeah, just these commodities, man. And this one was another one, dude. Let's not even talk about this one that was a bearish shark 113, 113% pattern completion with a head and shoulders that developed where? At the level that it always reverses at, 2008, 2011. Here it was again. And even on the right shoulder of the slanted head and shoulders was you had an up thrust on the head, and then you had a back test of the up thrust on the head, and you even had a shooting star reversal. It was all there. Everything you could have dreamed of on this was screaming reversal, and it gapped down like 15+% and has never fully recovered and may never fully recover. You may not fill this gap probably at 763. So I'm just saying, right? Wheat futures unable to capture highs above the 200-day moving average again, but still that harmonic. You think, hey man, it's just I don't think it's a great area to be identifying a bullish harmonic after what? After this, now down here the Jesus, right? That's the perfect area to be identifying a harmonic. But up here, remember when you sell out, you made a high, you made the lower high, then you made the lower low in the previous low that was painted, right? And now you're making a lower high, and the 200 you're below it, and 919 is extremely important on wheat futures. So many times it's acted as a major reversal area. Well, you're below that. If you're below that, you got to be off limits on this until at least 742, which 742 happens to be the next support, happens to be where wheat rounded out before. So this needs to pivot and make a higher low, give us a type 2 return here. And it could, just pay attention to it, but it's not really good right now. It's not great what's happening locally to resistance that we just looked at and the 200 at the same time. Yikes. BTU reported earnings today, I believe. Yeah, I believe they did. Up today, held 22.75, a key inflection point from history. As you can see, look at that 2017 swing low. Look at it, after you sold off, you tested, you held, you're above the 200-day moving average still. You might be putting in another low. There could be accumulation argument. Wow. I mean, it's really tough on this one because the buying climax, the lower highs, but now higher lows. It's very neutral. These are the ones that are almost impossible. I mean, it could be, someone could start trying to say, hey man, look though, if you really look at like that candle high close, test, and now since that high to the low, you've got like maybe ascending triangle argument going on. Hard to trust it completely, but hey man, the trend is your friend, and you've been pretty freaking bullish on this. So, and I could understand fundamentally coal mooning because stupid, policies, green initiative, too aggressive of energy policies, alternative energy policies, and which is now, and then dependence on Russia for energy causing massive problems. But so coal, they're like starting back up coal plants, instead of nuclear plants or something like that. They're doing that in Europe, man. So maybe, just maybe, Jeffrey, you see this, man? What's up, Miss Teen Crypto? Oh, if y'all don't know, this is crazy. So she's in the chat. Okay, you gotta hear this out. This is wild. So, her dad used to be like an avid viewer of this channel, but like years go by and people do their own things and stuff. But she was a kid, like really young, while like watching my stream kind of while her dad was actually watching for the analysis and stuff like that. And so now she's all grown up, and this is like 4 or 5 years ago. And now she's grown up and she started her own crypto journey. And I'm going to be on her stream just to shoot the S. We're just going to talk about, things, my journey in crypto and maybe some charts and stuff. That will be November 7th. Yeah, November 7th on a Monday. So pretty cool story on that. So if you see her, that's it's crazy, right? The seed was planted and it's grown, and you got to wonder how many, like, and sometimes as a streamer or influencer, you'll have bad day, bad string of days, bad month, bad few months, right? Just the market's dead. But when you're coming in, day out, you have no idea what kind of, it's not collateral damage you're causing, collateral positivity, and what could spring from that. You know, it's just like, it's like sales almost. Like, it's like opportunity presents itself when you go out and you meet people and you talk and you're there, right? It's, how if you're doing that more often, there's a higher probability of something going right. And who cares if it goes wrong? You just move on to the next one, right? But it's cool. It's really cool. And I mean, we need people in this space that are, it's like, in ways, it's a little bit like evangelism, but we understand. I mean, I don't really care about crypto as much as I do care about Bitcoin, because I know Bitcoin is so bullish fundamentally. And we've already talked about this, 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. I don't like, cool, Ethereum. Yes, they have a platform for pictures of rocks. That's amazing, dude. And our own NFTs, which are cool, right? They're on the blockchain and all that. But, the utility of Bitcoin in an environment where you have authoritarianism reaching highest level since 1940, probably, of our own governments in the West and the East. My God, both of them, they're all working together on getting control of the citizens. People's bank accounts are getting frozen for having different opinions. Look at PayPal. They re-implemented that $2,500 deduction from your account if you spread misinformation. Well, who's the person that dictates what misinformation is? Because they're talking about, people getting deplatformed because they're talking about, hey man, I'm a little skeptical on this vaccine because it's not preventing transmission, but people were saying it was during the height of it, right? And now everyone's coming out and saying, oh, well, no, it didn't prevent transmission. So it's like, well, wait a second. Should we take $2,500 from all those people that were saying these things that were false, but they were telling them to be true? I mean, so in PayPal, that's payment processors, dude. Some people have a lot of money in those things. But one day, if you don't think it's happening, you're not. If you don't think it's gonna happen, you're naive. Okay. They are coming for, like, this woke, weird cancel culture thing is coming for everybody. And eventually, what's going to happen? Central bank digital currency is going to control everything. They're telling you it's coming. So this is why Bitcoin's so important. And, like, if you have an evangelist of Bitcoin talking purely about those things, I'm all for it. I'm not into people that are, promoting scams and crypto project. They're not projects. They're just scams to enrich the people that created those scams. Okay. But I am for somebody advocating for Bitcoin. All right. So anyway, just went on a little rant there looking at BTU and pretty much wrapping up the commodities. Let's go to that ASIC request from Kush Blunts. Okay. Alert. Bitcoin is extremely important. It's probably one of the most important inventions ever. I mean, you say, what? We found fire. Okay. Modern medicine. Not weird corporate, capitalized medicine like we saw in the past couple of years. Talking about modern medicine. Well, whoa, man, disinfectant. And then, kind of the television was a big deal. I guess reading, language is important. We invented that a long time ago. And now, you got the internet, which is extremely important. And now we have crypto. It's not even crypto. Forget crypto. We got Bitcoin. Are you talking about the grandma, Jeffrey? As someone would have said.
Dollar RTX showing Nancy Pelosi accumulation pattern.
Raytheon, man. Yeah, well, look. I think Lockheed Martin had a really good earnings too yesterday or something. Okay. let's see. It was Asic. Oh, wait, sorry. Rudely interrupted by... Ooh, that sounded great, didn't it? There it is. Your daily candle close, right? Excuse me. New candle close, chat. Oh my god. Prices we haven't seen since yesterday. Wow. Amen. So that's it, man. It probably just didn't react well with the earnings. Had a pullback. You're gonna get that. It's not gonna go up every day. So I think if you really the best thing ever would be a formal back test of 19,800, 19,891, depending on what exchange you're on. Why don't we, if we're gonna break this level for real and then run, why don't we break it, then back test it successfully, revalidating it potentially as support again. It's not much. You don't have to go down that much to test it and then run, afterwards. But remember, I think the bearish argument's still valid too, the right angle ascending right formation. If this thing doesn't take out the September highs, it's just probably another lower high joke and rolls over. You missed 1929. Jeffrey Yoon, Halloween costume. I don't know if I should tell you. I had a long conference call with Chaylin, the graphics guy today, and it should be pretty freaking awesome in the end when we get it. And doing something I've never done before. I don't think anyone's ever done. I don't think any streamer's ever done what I'm gonna do for Halloween ever. Just like the Star Wars stream, right? The interaction when somebody tipped, it attacked the spaceship. No one ever did that in the world in live streaming. I'm about to do something else. Same thing, but different, okay? So you don't want to miss that stream. October 31st, normal stream time. Okay, be here or be destroyed. Dressing as a Tennessee fan? Nah, dude. Certainly not gonna do that, ever. Okay, so you're just looking at Bitcoin because it's, local on the 8th. We did that. Go back to Bitcoin, top of the hour, and here it is. You want to see more of this, dude? This is it. Hanging out. Whew. Now let's go to the first request. And so going back real quick to before we do that, total market cap, a confirmed failure to break a key level that goes back to the summer of this year. Bearish engulfing candle on the 4 hour confirmed. So that's not exactly, you wanted to see a breakout, but I get it. After such a big move like that, maybe pull back, you end up making a higher low somewhere, then you run later and break it. But yeah, you failed. You have no breakout, right? Okay, so ASIC, which is kind of crazy. Uh-oh, dude, where is it? Is it ASIC on Uniswap? Oh my God, what happened, dude? You want to look at it, but there's no data, right? There's nothing I can do. Bearish engulfing candle 2 days ago. Terrible today. Here's your 4 hour. Okay, man, I'm gonna do it for you, all right? There it is. $1.40. You've tested it again and you've held it. The bottom of the range, the top of the range. All right, we got ourselves a rectangle. Range bound. Don't get mad at me, man. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the over 600 people here on just another day, another stream. And an analysis for the first time ever of this ASIC, which is something to do with Pulse Malone Dogechain coin turned into this. I don't know. Beyond me. The next one was Hedron that, I don't really look at the 4 hour that often, but I have concerns now just because I was on it. You're obviously seeing momentum shifting a little bit, right? The higher high, slightly lower high. And the problem you're not just showing this by itself isolated. You're showing this after you've already peaked out. You've sold off. You've held support, very real support from history. We know that. You've rallied again, and this is presenting itself. So it's like a confirmation high. Your first time, no one knows. Second time, everyone knows. And on that second high, it happens to be a bearish momentum shifting structure, which is not really what you're looking for. I'd be careful here because you had the buying climax, and this could be the attempted rally. You're still safe above 32,616, but starting to stall out here, and just something to pay attention to. It's been a really good run, but remember, you could just be on the other side of the fence, right? Blow off tops, massive parabolic runs end every day across the markets, right? And this one could have ended already. We just don't really know it yet because it could pivot and it could run again, and it could do that. I'm telling you, it could do that. But if you're telling me to look at it right now, I'm looking at a high, and I'm looking at a second high that ends up, technically, is lower than the second high. So slight distribution evidence for now, and the Momo shift. So I'd be kind of, a little concerned about that, but you are safe until you break below 32.7. When you break that, 25,689, and then eventually 18K. So that's all I can tell you. All right. Jack Brown's thanks, dude, for the 55.55. Much love, man. Nero wanted FCX. We'll go to FCX. Freeport. McMoRan. Well, it's still, we got this second low going. I mean, this, another one that could be a big old bearish consolidation structure, or it's trying to confirm a bottom after such a spectacular run. You got to be really careful in these situations because we know the trend reversed, right? How do we know the trend reversed? Well, you made the highest high ever. Hold on, my music stops. I'm still watching. Of course I am. You made the highest high ever. And then you had a very big drawdown, blow off top behavior. I mean, you seldom do that. But it wasn't just that. It was then after that, you had a rally that was pretty much the dead cat bounce from the high to low, probably 38 to 50%. But also you tested and rejected the 200-day or the 200 moving average on the 4 hour, this 4 hour chart. Then you roll over again. So you now have consecutive lower highs and lower lows. You've also recently made your lowest prices since January 2021. So what do you think? I mean, I could easily plot anchor like this, and it's just a bear flag. Okay, look at this, please. Okay, you requested this. Look at this. And then just bear with me. Burn this image in your mind for a sec. And then look at this. Google. Remember that time Google went on this crazy run? Then it had a buying climax. And it made a lower high. And then it collapsed and then bear flagged. And then broke the bear flag and is continuing its descent. And the next target's 83.61. So, hey man, are we double bottoming? Are we holding, man? I'd be really careful after the run already happened and you're on the other side of the fence, right? The trend reversed. We know it has. So what do you want me to do with that? It could just be a massive bearish consolidation. But if you're talking about levels, more. Yeah, you got a lot more levels. You go back to the high from 2006, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. A lot of up and down. I mean, below 36.06, you're probably going to 28.43. But now you're in the dead middle of a range. The closer you get to $36, I would say the closer you are to a low risk short, the closer you get to that inflection point from history. Okay, that's it. But nice for now. This is, that's how I'm looking at it, right? Yeah, reciprocal ABCD performance been pretty trash lately. It's just, again, think about it, right? The sellers came in a couple waves, right? I mean, they took this price down so fast. And now since July, this is your buyer's attempt at recapturing previous highs. 4 months, going on 5 months of this. That's how you, it's just not good. It's like just not what you're really looking for if you want to be, I mean, the condition, the macro is bad, right? We always talk about, right? What are you looking for? This is Bukowski stuff. 3 different questions you got to ask yourself. How is the macro? Well, we know the macro is long-term bearish. Could be, you know, getting some sort of reflexive, some sort of rally, bear market rally setting up. It's true. Okay, then you got minerals, metals. We know that's bearish. It's been bearish for a while, and the individual asset itself is bearish. So you're pretty much batting 3 for 3 on everything's bearish. So in market conditions where everything's bearish, you're only looking for bearish trade setups. You're looking for rallies, bear market rallies that run up to key inflection points that go back to 2006, and then shorting at those levels, versus looking for longs at bottoms that it was so suspect too if it was even gonna hold, you know. So okay, that was that one. Oh my god, are we doing the 90s? Oh no, dude, sorry about that. I was not supposed to play that. It was just on my liked playlist. Give me a sec. Just give me a sec, man. Sorry. Shouldn't even be like that loud anyway. It's okay. Next request was UK oil. All right. Not US oil, but Brent crude. It's the same picture, man. Just about the same picture. Hold on. Yeah, I know. It was the X-File. Dude, it was the 90 stream. When we do the 90 stream, I play that set. Just, all right, so you're looking at UK oil, and we're going back to yesteryear. All right. Well, you can clearly see inflection going back to 2007, a peak 2010, a valley from 2012, a peak from 2018, a peak from 2021, and now a valley. So yes, you are certainly hitting a level that is very important right here. One of the most important levels, right? You're reacting at it. You're not confirming a bottom or anything. It's just your first low. First time, your first attempt of holding it. Just plotting on my levels, man. Bear with me. So, I mean, like, there's really not that much price action. I mean, you know, this thing, if it holds, like, look at you could be going straight up to over $100. Just looking at those. Now let's look at the fib nodes, the low to the high here. See, it didn't even hit a 786, but how could it? It hit the inflection point. And I don't think it was deep enough on B to be a Gartley. It was pretty close. It's an M shape of sorts. But what's really cool for now is you got your spring. You now have an official back test of the spring. Momentum shifting a little bit. Kind of reminds me of the inverse coffee chart, coffee futures chart. Here's your low. Then you had your lowest low. And now somehow, some way above a very key level that goes back 15 years. A higher low. And a bullish engulfing candle yesterday. And I believe a supply line has been breached, depending. Oh my goodness, man. Because look, the 2 anchor points here, the initial ones, up thrust and failure, tweezer top reversal, bearish engulfing. But now look, you've broken that supply line and you've officially back tested it as support. This is serious, man. This is like, could be a potential long. I mean, really, it's energy. It's the only sector that you could probably say or get away with maybe a long setup on this, right? So if that's the case, anchoring from that, just the high, it's a kind of a dragon targeting. I'd say if it's gonna hold, so your whole argument's pretty much dead below $87. This is where you want nothing to do with UK oil if it falls below $87. But if you're above it, you stay above it. The argument's valid, and the target from the low to high would be a 618. and then a 786 after. Just target like you would target a bullish dragon. Those would be your targets. All right. Very real and not a joke level. This is so real. I'm going to plot it in gray too. So you'll have to bear with me. Soon I'm be going. I already got okay by the insurance company. I'm gonna have to leave. I'm gonna have to like stay at a hotel very close to me, like, you know, walking distance, because they're gonna like have to redo my floors, all of my floors downstairs. It's huge space too. The good news is I'm gonna get like crazy bougie porcelain looking stuff, like, but it's just gonna take so much time to get done. So I'm just like, my whole like week's been so disrupted, man. So thanks for being patient with me. All that. This is how you could look at it.
Been playing around with different time frames on BTC. Look at MACD on BTC 10-day chart. Finally positive, close to a year, lol.
175
So
on
raw
Hex,
thinking, man.
please. Short to 4 is sure not enough argument, thanks.
G-Dog, you misspelled Hex, man. Mate. One too many Ks. Thank you, dude. We'll look at Hex. Just kidding. But seriously. Wow, man. Yeah, would someone say, would you say, oh, be careful, Jim Cramer said energy looks good. We're screwed then. But that dude says something different every day, man. Every day. Hold on. All right, if you're a patron, you've been pinged on that. That's serious. That's like you're at low risk areas coming off of a really nasty correction in a long-term uptrend. And you're doing all the things Richard Wyckoff would ask for, right? David Weiss would ask for it. You got a little dragon stuff. So not really, you know, a father of the dragon so much. It's pretty much, it's created on the internet. Okay. But man, the engulfing, so you got the Stevie, so you got so many different things here that give you a valid argument for a long on UK oil. Just for a trade, not saying go long term, we're going to $1 billion. I'm just saying for a common scrub 618 and then a 786. I think those are very, very adequate targets. Okay, that's your request. All right, Jeffrey wants Raytheon, and here we go on total selling off. Bitcoin just hit its lows of the day. I mean, not by much, it's only down $55, but I'm just saying. I'm live, I'm looking at that chart all the time, so a failed breakout, Larry. Failed breakout.
You see what happens, Larry?
Come on, man. All right. Defense, old Raytheon. Love the name because it's my name, man. Well, you have certainly hit a support. Wow, man, you kidding me? That's crazy. Nancy Pelosi accumulation pattern. Yeah, like a whacked out, crazy Gartley or something in a terrible context for where you'd identify harmonics. It was a Bartley, right? It was the. I'm just plotting it because it's so there, right? It's so real. 618 on B, and then you know, whatever. It's fine on C, and then the 886. It's just ridiculous. How many times you got to see the 886 for your like mother of God? 886. What a reaction! Kind of a reversal reaction. You know, hits 93.29 though. Not a joke. That's your old all-time high. Your pre-COVID crash all-time high. So I don't know what's going to happen there. You haven't taken out your look. Thing is that you topped out, you made a low, then you made a lower high than the previous high, then a lower low than the previous low, then a lower highs than your previous highs, now a lower low than your previous low. Now you're rallying, and it could end up being a lower high than your previous highs. You got to be really careful here. You might just be, you could be, we don't know, but we've been trending down since you had the buying climax in April. That's very real. But yes, recently, just recently, from this low to this low, it's higher. But locally, lately, only lower highs, only lower lows, and it could be still the same. So I would just be really careful up here This is not the area to be identifying harmonics. The area to be identifying harmonics is where Bitcoin is. Where Bitcoin was in 2019, early 2019, or now, or kind of copper, you know, after a dump, and you get that. But here, after the run, then I didn't, like, the harmonics not as good looking, but just pay attention to that. That's where you are. You have not broken anything. You could have just successfully, you up thrusted through that level, and you've now successfully back tested the up thrust, which is super bearish. So let's see if we could break it. Maybe have your alert set up above 93.29 or something, right? But really, the alert needs to be above like $100. You want to start really reversing it or continuing upward. You got to break the previous highs, and you haven't done that. So it's cool, but not cool enough, right? All right, man. Let's see. Rob said, time frames on Bitcoin. Look at the MACD on Bitcoin 10-day chart. Whoa, dude, 10-day. What the? I'm going to have to like create that range. I don't have a 10-day. Okay, a 10-day time scale. Here it is. Man, that 10-day 200 simple moving average. Wow. You're above it. I mean, you're hugging it, testing it. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60 days. And I guess another day on June 18th. But it was, yeah, that's incredible for now. I don't know what to tell you. Are you asking me about the MACD on Bitcoin's 10-day, not the 200 moving average? I figured the 10-day 200 moving average. The MACD, what, building positive momentum? Yeah, it's good. It's fine. Just begun to build. Bearish control zone, though. You're sitting at like 35.79 on this. Not really great. So I appreciate the 15, man. But here we are on what you asked for, right? Nancy, what'd she do? Did she buy Raytheon for real, dude? Wow. Just looking at the weekly. Still well below that 200-week moving average on Bitcoin. Very uncharacteristic historically. Almost never, ever is Bitcoin holding below the 200-week for very long at all. I don't even know. This might be the longest time it's ever been below the 200-week moving average in history, which is not really great. HKEX, Hong Kong exports. Let's go. It only lets me what the? There's no way this is what you want, dude. Hong Kong exports. This isn't it. Why did it do that? G-Dog, what's going on? Is it on the London Stock Exchange? Let's see. I don't even see it. LSE at all. What you talking about? Could you be more specific? G-Dog, man. Gold futures? What are we talking about here? Hong Kong exchanges and clearing LTD?
No.
G-Dog,
Asset
what
is
are you
number
saying?
175 on Hong Kong.
Number 175. What do I type in on the symbol search though, right? Is this it? Geely Automobile Holdings? Dealer? And you were saying short to 4-ish? Well, it broke. Look at the monthly. Mother of God, just starting on this because we were here. Yikes. 3 days, 9 hours till this closes. It'll be the lowest Lowest monthly candle close since December of 2016. Certainly massive bearish breakdown this month. Not last month. Not in February. Not in March of 2020. This month. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me just plot that again on the weekly. It doesn't matter. Short to 4. 4. Why 4? 483 to $5. I mean, that is certainly your target. Like if you're in the, like you just let it ride, it's got massive downside potential still. I mean, you're saying we're talking like 43 to 46% downside from where you are now. Now at any time, this asset could rally and formally back test 1015 as resistance. But you also got to wonder about, like, this is what the index funds were doing, right? I get it. This is anything Hong Kong, man. Hands off, dude. That's like, I mean, unless you're short. Because this could do this stuff, right? It could pull a W or something stupid. So you got to be careful. It did have a confirmed breakdown, but so did the index funds. And they rallied. The sellers couldn't do anything. They couldn't keep the price low long, and it got back above the key level. So it's like you just missed out. If you're trying to go short now, it's like you just missed out on so much, man, right? You missed out on 56% gains on a short or something, right? Oh yeah, Steven, look at this. Saw this today, posted to patrons. This is crazy, right? You talk about potential shorting. Look where MYOV is. It's a biotech company. That all-time high from September 2018. You can see more price action August 2021, and here you are, gap, 2 gaps here. That's a barely, that gap will fill soon. No way this keeps going, right? Like that. And yeah, there was an M shape. I didn't see that. I'll look at this like every day. I wonder if it's like here though. There was an M shape. Look at, oh my god, it was an 886. Wow. But regardless, it's pretty much hitting the C point, aggressive target. But like, dang man, you think if not here, where? This is like, it's no confirmation high or anything. I'm just saying, like, if a scalper was looking at this, it's like kind of a perfect area to either take profit or maybe switch short or something, right? Okay, man, we've been live for an hour and a half. We just got through all the requests and looked at a decent amount today. I even did that static video today for you. So hopefully it's been enough. All right. So we'll just wrap it up there. For now, the shark's still valid. I can't believe it, right? It's too perfect. But you really eventually need to go test 22.5 and break it, and then you'll be in probably really good shape. That just hasn't happened yet. It's okay. It's fine. If you're above 19,891, you can be cautiously optimistic. That's fine. To be full on bullish, probably a little premature, but cautiously optimistic. And if you're like wanting to be long, then you better have protective stops set up to protect yourself. So when you wake up and it crashes, you're out with minimal losses. But I'm just saying, right? You're above the level that you desperately needed to be above, but there's so much more work to be done for us to be able to say, hey, the trend's kind of reversing here. But these are the area, right? After drawdowns, the M shapes develop, right? After the drawdowns. After the drawdowns. Remember, after massive capitulatory events, the M shapes develop. This put us on the map, right? And then they end with M shapes too. A bearish cipher was perfect. So just So you really need the macro to continue its ascent. You very well could. You're fine for now. Valid shark. All right. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions. Thank you so much, Ross, for that 200 bomb. I'll just be back. Until next time, respect the TA.